Kidz Monster Storytime Podcast.
Episode 7, The XMonsters Secret House Adventure. Once upon a time, in a cozy little home, there lived not one but 3 not-so-scary monsters named XMonsters. XMonsters weren't like the monsters in scary movies. Instead, they were friendly and curious, always on the lookout for new adventures. Their favorite spot was underneath the big, comfy couch in the living room. Every night, when the clock struck midnight, the XMonsters would quietly slip out from under the couch to explore the house. They loved rolling and jumping through the hallways, marveling at the glow of the moon through the windows. One night, the XMonsters decided to embark on a grand tour of the entire house. First, they rolled into the kitchen, where the delightful smell of freshly baked cookies still lingered in the air. The XMonsters couldn't resist taking a bite or two from the cookie jar before moving on. They then hopped onto the counters, where they discovered a jar of sprinkles. With a flick of their paws, they turned the kitchen into a sparkling wonderland with colorful sprinkles everywhere. Next, they bounced their way into the dining room. The long wooden table looked like a perfect place for a game of hide-and-seek. The XMonsters took turns hiding under the table and behind the chairs, giggling and peeking out at one another. Their adventure continued into the family's library, a room filled with shelves of books from floor to ceiling. The XMonsters loved the library for its cozy, magical atmosphere. They tumbled onto the soft rug and pulled out a few books to read. One book, in particular, caught their eye. It was a story about 3 little monsters on a grand adventure. The XMonsters couldn't believe their luck and decided to take the book back to their spot under the couch to read later. As they made their way to the children's playroom, the XMonsters were met with a sea of toys and games. They rolled and jumped among the stuffed animals and blocks, building towers and creating their own little monster village. They even found a toy drum set and had a mini concert, playing tunes that made them dance and laugh. Finally, the XMonsters arrived in the family's garden, accessible through a small cat flap in the back door. The garden was bathed in moonlight, and the XMonsters marveled at the beauty of the night. They played tag among the flowers and watched fireflies light up the sky like tiny stars. As dawn began to break, the XMonsters knew it was time to head back to their comfy spot under the couch. They rolled and jumped their way through the house, leaving behind a trail of sprinkles, cookie crumbs, and memories of a night filled with joy and laughter. The next morning, the family woke up to a surprising scene. The house was filled with colorful sprinkles, books out of place, and toys scattered everywhere. But the humans had no idea who or what was behind the mysterious mess. They simply assumed it was the result of their busy lives and playful children. And so, the XMonsters returned to their hiding spot, knowing that their secret nighttime adventures brought a touch of magic and mystery to the cozy little home. They smiled to themselves, knowing their antics would remain undiscovered by the humans. From that night on, every time the XMonsters closed their eyes, they dreamed of their adventures around the house and the magical places they had discovered. And even though they looked like ordinary monsters hiding under the couch, they knew that within them was a world full of extraordinary adventures just waiting to be uncovered. Good night, little adventurers, and always remember, sometimes the best adventures can be found right at home.
That's the end of our story for today. Join us next time for more magical adventures on the Kidz Monster Storytime Podcast. Good night, little fellows, and sweet dreams.